Well, we have a big snowstorm coming starting tomorrow through Sunday before you go to Chi-Town. It's March 13th. It's Freaky Friday. It's the dreaded Friday the 13th. 2026. This is your favorite audio addiction on the video platform. I did a video coming out tomorrow welcoming back Bare Exposure from the dead, and people do care what BlindViews does care people think about him. And I think today I'm talking about Nomadic Fanatic Owns BlindViews, puts a ring on it. Engage your troubles. Of course, New York Dan Gamblist. I just saw a thing about scratch offs, which are a waste of good suffering. This kind of behavior out there, and he's stalking. It's like Dave 25. They're like brothers. Dave gets out of the 20th, the cop to deal. Did a video on that, eating my Burger King in the outskirts. Had the time of my life. Beautiful day to be alive. I did that video last Sunday about Bare Exposure. It was beautiful, 6 degrees, and he called into the audio, half drunk. We all know about that behavior. Drinking Stroh's beer. Alfie rose from the dead. His channel has been released to the hounds. He's in the outskirts. Wants to get back in the brown shirts. The brown shirts. You know that much. We are at war still, and listen to the live stream with BlindViews, ranting and raving. Didn't care about the war. We lost 6 more men to the excursion that are draft dodger 45th, 47th flat feet, convicted felon adjudicated rapists sent for a war, and we're all going to pay for with gas and other things as the Hamas area trying to get through. Well, we just don't care, but we are at war. The Quagmire, Iran, playing golf and was down, I think, Kentucky, cheering on the dumbass white boys. Kimmel was ripping on about wearing his hat when he was bringing back the dead. How stupid he looked. The VP should have been saluting. He's a Marine. We all talk about one. We're supposed to end all wars. Then we had 2 on September 1st, 1938, when Hitler decided to invade Poland and kick off, and we got dragged in 1941 when we had them come here. Japanese, Pearl Harbor, and then we had to storm those beaches because that was over oil, an embargo. It's always over oil. And we had to snap the necks to crowds and free the Jews. They were sent to America, but sent back, and obviously the Catholic community and the blue laws and the rat lines, and start burning those to the ground. Didn't give 2 pumps. One way for the... Well, also, we took them in too as well, so we have blood in our hands too as well. We capitulated September 2nd, 1945. We rebuilt what we destroyed. Then obviously we have forgotten war, Vietnam, 58,000 plus. Went before the hunch, and Mr. Bill Clinton, Yahoo, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. Both draft dodgers. Desert Storm. Now we have 13 and counting, give or take, and wounded. Many wars, unfortunately. The hunch wants to rule the world. Cuba, Venezuela. We don't really care. Who are these brave men and women out in the sky, out at sea, on the ground, behind the scenes? The Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Merchants, the Coast Guard, they're on a uniform. We thank you so much for this country. MA come home soon. Balls the size of overs, the oak trees, men and women blue. God bless the working class. They work hard every single day. We appreciate your service to this fine, fine country. The war. Those would be easy. It was like Grenada with Ronald Reagan. They have nothing but time to inflict damage. They all hate us. They all want to come here. Much appreciated. You got your choices in life. Dave's made some poor choices. Would you shower in the shower at Penn State? I would not shower in the shower at Penn State. Beef Stew said he would shower in the shower at Penn State. He thinks it's funny that a young man was bun raped and they looked the other way. The Boy Scouts, the gymnastic girls, Olympics. I guess he wouldn't call so he saw something. He would just giggle, look the other way. Shame. That's the way it is with some people. They don't care till it's a problem in their family. We don't like two men having grunting fun sex, and you have the time of your life. You can't watch two women. That's not a very Christian thing to be doing, because you're watching gay sex. Two women smashing gash, dental dam. Not a very Christian be dying. What would Jesus do, right? We start burning Catholics to the ground, executing people for this behavior. We don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. We send their souls to hell. We live in a good, supposed to be a law-abiding, civilized economy. Execute public hangings. Thank you very much. But you don't want, you put a condom on before. AIDS will kill your herpes, gonorrhea, needle in the penis. Ouch. That's a condom right there. Slip it over the penis when you pump her full. Women, you carry the groceries. Marry before you carry. The father runs off. Runs off. Then what? Now you carry the groceries. She'll listen to me. Adoption's the option. Thank you so much. We'll be in Chicago. St. Patty's Day. Drink all you want on the green beer. Calls with Mercer with the phone. Too much to drink. Pick up the phone. Just call someone. Thank you so much. I've had 3 people murdered by drunk drivers. So they want to call someone. However, asking. Just pick up the phone. Thank you. Publix and myself. And all the board members of Speculation Support. We speculate, you win, but this is fear-mongering radio. We appreciate all the IPs that roll in, the usual behaviors. We always thank you. My boy out there in New Jersey, hanging out in the outskirts. Get some Cowpote ones over too as well. Listen to the audios of the other ones too as well in my car. Always appreciate that. Just the usual. A little about 100 in the last 3 days. 4 times now out there in New Jersey. You guys are kind of slipping out there in Cape May Courthouse. 3 times. New York, Brooklyn, Hopewell Junction once, Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Burnsville, California, Highland, Star, Idaho, you're back. North Carolina, Marshall, the Ohio, Cleveland Rocks, Illinois, Chicago, Wheeling, New London, many, many more. Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you so much. The people come in here on Spreaker, and listen to my audios. There's so much you can consume and watch. So anyways, so here we are. We're having the time of our lives. We always do. So I was listening at time this morning, and I really come to an agreement here that because Tater got engaged, puts a ring on it. He put one up. Conspiracy theories and rumors can turn out to be true. He congratulated Tater. He congratulated him that he got engaged. I firmly believe that he owns his soul. Tater does. I really, really do. He owns his very soul. This is that live stream, kind of off and on in my ear. I was doing some stuff this morning. Whining, pissing, moaning. The more I hear this guy, because he was bitching about, because when he was in the Sarasota Tim Interstroke, he was bitching about the Boyd, right? Past New Productions, right? Aaron and those guys, and the other guy who had a falling out with him, Troll Patrol, right? And that he's butthurt that he still thinks people are making fun of his wife. He still has not said who it was. He accused me and Karl of doing this behavior. Because someone brought that up, of course. He raged about the war, has no idea what he's talking about, Didn't really care, doesn't bother to say how many, doesn't know what it's about, he does. But he'll fall lock, stock, and barrel with the hunch, Donald J. And I get about the ID behavior. I understand that. I totally get it. I get it. But raging, bringing in prejudice behavior, because he is a white supremacist. He is part of the brown shirts, like it or not. He has shown his colors. Even Squirrel Bay Parody. I think she was there, trolling right along. She'll be there, right? She's right along for the ride with him. Stands lock, drop, and barrel. I mean, she loves the hunch. Who will grab a woman by the crotch? Who does a draft dodger? Hey, I'm a Republican. I don't like all these people. They're all j-holes, but I don't think any people really care that we're losing people over in Iran. I mean, lots of plane, unfortunately, it was they bumped into each other. Not an easy thing. Refueling in the air is not an easy thing. Usually, I listen to a guy talk about this, and their UP parachutes in there. They took them out to save on weight. Really. So they're going to crash, you're screwed. You hopefully can land. If not, you're screwed. You're going down, right? Okay, that's a classic Army behavior. Nope, it's all right, cowboy, you're going down. Whining, pissy, moaning. I firmly believe the man is jealous of Tater. So butthurt that he's not part of it. He can't be part of this whole. He would love to go to Disney with him and walk around with chubbles, and it'd be a great thing to put him in a picture of the best man. Great thumbnail. He's the best man with Tater and Squirrel Bay Parody right there with chubbles. But he pissed and moaned. he would rage for a while, then they'd bring him back down to earth, and he would sit there and, he bitched about the war, and he bitched about Tater and being in the Boyd, and, the people turned on him, because that's why, I think he mentioned, he didn't want to say it, he's too ballers to mention his name. So his Old Man Nation used to be his butt buddy, used to be his right-hand man, right, until he mentioned something, so he turned up. So he's all pissed that people turned on him in this Sarasota, Tim, like-minded people, community. So now he's trying to create his own little corner, Mikey, the Nomads. And he actually admitted who he listens to, that one guy, R.B. Miles. So that's where he actually admitted he listens to him, where he gets his information from. He doesn't go out and look for himself. He listens to R.B. Miles and then just regurgitate what he sees. And, people tell him about the Tater. People tell him if it's what's her name, Eva Braun, who's a double agent. She's over on my channel. She tells him whatever. She's still part of Valkyrie. She thinks the hunch is she's still waiting for someone. You keep waiting, sweetheart. The hunch gives two pumps about women. Doesn't give two pumps, sweetheart. Liking a guy that can grab you by the crotch shouldn't be a big deal, right, girlfriend? She called the show. Stewie had to call in and try to take outside, lost control. Did not, sweetheart. I try to be grown-ass men and women and listen to each other, but talking over each other. You're not in a bar. You're not at work down by the dock. But he calls it it's not a radio show more. It's a podcast. I'm not FCC regulated, you moron. But it was pretty funny. That was hilarious. Whining, pissing mo at the boy, complaining. Life sucks. He was mad that the boy turned on him, and when he was in because now that Life and Vibe, Mighty Python and the Flowing Circus in morning, they kind of talk about Tater and they talk about Life and Vibe talk. So his territory is getting narrow. And I love busting his balls, and it's fun to talk about Tater myself and give my 2 cents. And she's taking money out of his mouth. Life and Vibe will. But I mean, I can watch a little bit of Tater and understand whether he's just a loser. He's using shovels with this, put a ring on it, on her finger, and she did something over on what the hell's that place called again? Rumble. She did something, I saw it, so she's giving the idea. I think she's truly likes the guy, loves the guy. I think he's just using her for a tax write-off, whatever's going on in his life, to put a ring on it, because of whatever the house is coming in his way, possibly. But she's a keeper. Okay, you're not much of a keeper, but she looks at this engagement, if it gets there and they get married, put a ring on it, is security, because she has no job. She's a me only fan. She doesn't make any money in Rumble. Trust me, she makes no money in Rumble. I mean, what's her name, Wandering Gypsy? I spoke about it yesterday in the video I did. She's getting stalked by somebody, right? She did a whole year of Rumble. I think I put my Rumble up for fun. Get $13.50. My whole year been over there. I think I made $3. So she's not making any money. So one thing about this engagement, she's let's marry a woman that people masturbate to. So you're gonna bang a woman that people watch nude and give money to. That makes no sense. To her, this ring is her gateway to security, whatever, and she's got to put up with his behavior. And I guarantee if they divorce, he's going to want to get scot-free. There'll be some kind of prenup or something, because she has nothing. She really brings nothing to the table but a housekeeper and someone to wipe his ass and clean up after him. That's all it is. He sees some woman that that's going to be taking just like with Jenny Penny. And I've spoken before. I'm the one that nicknamed her the housekeeper. She's there strictly to make sure things are sent out for Jacob. and she does her stuff, takes care of the cat and the house in North Carolina. He gallivants around and pimps and prostitutes Adam the Woo, right? So to her, it's a safety net. To him, it's just someone to take care of me, because he's all, again, for a man that can't see, he's worried about what he wears the next day, and there's cat hair on it. So what? He likes to wear, just like with Bear Exposure, I wear this in my car. I have shirts in my car that I put on. I have 3 or 4 of them there, and I rotate them through and do my video because he's all concerned what I'm wearing. Okay, but we'll see if this, just like with the engagement with Chris the girl and Tampa J, because he mentioned when talking with the boy that he sounds just like the Woo, but you don't listen to Woo, but he hears that from Passage U Productions. That's who he still listens. I listen to Passage U Productions. I mean, that if I want to get any information, I don't need to listen to Carpegger because his walk and talks for epic. It's like the Woo. The Woo's walk and talks for epic. I mean, I highly doubt they don't talk about each other anymore. She's not wearing that ring anymore. And he made him move to Tennessee. I just don't see that go any farther than that. And then Tampa J and Chris the girl, just like with Carpetbagger, if they get married, it's going to be a quick little ceremony, cheap as possible, and also they'll put up a thing that they got married. He'll string her along as long as possible, and then just like with Nomadic Fanatic here, that's just him to keep him happy, to take care of his that gives her to string her along because she has no job. Again, you're a woman, you're banging, people pay to see her nude. It's like banging a porn actress every night after she's been getting drilled by some guys at some party. She goes to, they usually go to Arizona, they go to Las Vegas, or wherever they go overseas, and they get a train to them. So your girlfriend or your fiance goes over and comes home a week after she's been trolled and from all 3 holes have been explored. You get to bang her when she's all done, right? Because the wine's real good. So, geez, that's real nice. You're going to marry a woman that people pay to see her nude, which I don't get it, man. I'm not paying for any that kind of behavior. So I just think it's hilarious that this stuff goes on. I think it's funny. But it is what it is. But it was just whining, raging, and he's. I was talking to Karl on the phone. It's geared to people that like this kind of raging behavior, the white power behavior. And I get some of his. I get the ID crap. Yeah, I do. I get it, man. We should, but the overvoting goes both ways of the aisle. Who's ever getting gorged? But he doesn't really do anything besides sit in his house and watch nomads because he's trying to create his own little room. But people are not afraid to speak out against it. I'm not. Karl has an Old Man Nation, but then he came over here and then tried to drop the P word. He's giggling, cackling, whatever else he's doing. But I firmly believe Nomadic Fanatic owns his soul, owns him. I mean, it all comes down because he liked to comment, and he's a little bitch boy, and piss him off Mikey, who's just this, oh shucks, he's a Gomer Pyle kind of. He's the Gomer of that nomad, just like New York Dan is. He's the Gomer. New York Dan is the version of what's his name again? Forrest Gump. Because Mike's the Gomer, he's the Forrest Gump of this YouTube thing. It's just, again, it just makes me laugh. It's just like the Wonder House. She's on her little trip, being escorted around on a train. She done, I'm paying for my own stuff on my own train. And we all know one in Gypsy getting stalked by some guy, some weirdo. She did a video on that, which I think was should have never done that. Should have never done that. But whatever. New York Dan is. So I'm playing some scratch offs again. I don't know if you mentioned my name or not, probably, but I'm going to be working in the snow the next 2 days, making money, getting where they gotta go. I play the Go for 5 here. Once won the Powerball, but I go play blackjack in Mystic Lake on a very rare occasion. We go down to Iowa, and I'll play some roulette. I like it. I like playing blackjack. I'll play it free of charge on Yahoo, no money value. Just screw around, play my phone on for free. But he'll be trying to. I guess he's going to. I was going to think about stalking Sarasota Tim again, just like Dave 25 gets on the 20th. He's going to. He is going to cop a plea for stalking on YouTube. Okay. But somebody gets overly emotional, just like with BlindViews. Gets overly emotional, people. Watches Bunny pimps here, other women that he's obsessed with, and watches all these. That's all he does. He doesn't go anywhere because he can't see. But man, can he read that chat room so well? He can read it fine, mouth open and gaped, head tilted back. Claiming people, doesn't care to think about the guy, but yes, you do. Yes, you do. You care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't mention. You wouldn't mention it because he listens to what I have to say on these audios and my videos. He can watch it and piss and moan, because he's mad because Mark turned on him. Karl's come over here. Squirrel Bay Parodies come over here. Miss Vicky has mentioned me. He doesn't like that. I'm the agitator, which I'm not afraid of turning against each other, because it's just this whole thing of Sarasota Tim amazes me to watch these people just watch this idiot who does sometimes 4 to 5 videos a day, who's a con man, who's great at what he does, and look at you guy, what's her name, trying to sue him for whatever. I hope he wins that lawsuit. I really, really do. I'd love to see him win that thing and her lose money. Again, you're just like Judge Judy, man. You're gonna pay this now before you leave. But it's just like Dave going to jail, and just like when Beef Stew was stalking. Hang on a second. What's up?
What's going on?
Not happening, man. What's going on with you?
Not much.
Oh, just talking.
Is this the show?
No, I didn't call before, so I called you back anyway. So what's happening?
Not much. Just controversy. Jay got a letter from Sarasota Tim's attorney.
Who did?
Jay Bianco, or Jay, crushing it in Florida.
What was it about?
A cease and desist to quit doing videos about Tim and Tammy. It's just harassment.
Wow, wow, really? Crushing it. That's that. What's his name? What's his name? Right? That's who is that? That's
crushing it in Florida. We haven't authenticated the letter yet, so we're not certain that the letter's real.
Wow.
Because it was just on regular paper with a regular letterhead.
Okay, well, there's not.
And I'm like most attorneys, it'd be on fancy paper.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And the ink would be like Braille.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if I was sending, if my wife was sending, because whenever she sends something to something like that, it's on corporate letterhead. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's on ink paper and it's fancy envelopes and cardstock paper.
He's trying to scare. That's all he's doing. He's just trying to scare him. I don't know. What's the? Go ahead.
So it looks suspicious. You get a certified letter from an attorney, and it's just like printed out of a printer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I don't know why he worries about people. I just don't get it. I don't understand why he worries about this behavior. I don't get it, man. Let people talk about you. I really don't care. Just like BlindViews bitching that what we say doesn't bother him. Yes, it does. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it makes him relevant, Sarasota Tim. It really does. It makes him relevant.
Well, you can't look for me, but maybe someone that's listening can. I left a comment on BlindViews video today about starts out with all these compliments about Tater, and then he backhands him. Slams him a little bit, slams him a little more, and then just completely slams him at the end.
Was this about what? About the engagement?
Yeah. So why even compliment him at all if all you're going to do is spend 2 minutes complimenting him and 8 minutes bashing him? What
do you bash him on? What do you say?
Get married. He said one nice thing about being at Disneyland is it makes you forget about everything else that's going on.
It's true. That's why he built it the way he built it. I listened to a very good video of how he built that place. That everything is like a high. Like you walk in and you can't see anything else. So I listen.
But that doesn't make you a bad person. You want to take a vacation.
No, there's nothing wrong
about stuff.
I've been there one day with my wife when my nephew graduated from the Corps. She wanted a picture with Goofy, and because she had when she was a kid and one when she was in her 20s. So I had to take a picture, and she goes, "It better be right." You know what I'm saying? Back in the old days, you could get a picture anywhere in the facility. You know what I'm saying? This was some 25 years ago. We went on Small World together because she had just had surgery. So whenever I hear that song, Small World, I get it. I know. I mean, I'm not a Disney kind of guy, but what's the big deal? It's like Daily Woo. He loved going to Disney World. That's his business. I don't care. I'm not going there. Carpegger does. I have better than. But what's the big deal? He likes Disneyland. It's like, so what? That's what he wants to do. I don't care. I
wouldn't go there as an adult, but if we took the grandkids there, I'd go and I'd enjoy it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's what he does. He always compliments him and then he backhands him. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's just, like I talked before you called, I think this is going to be a convenience marriage because she doesn't have any money. Whatever money she's got for that house that she got, her mom and dad died, whoever died, she doesn't have any money. She's making no money over on Rumble, okay? This is her safety net because now she's engaged. He's got to take care of it. Just like with Jenny Penny with Carpegger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He married her to take care of the house while he's gone for 6 weeks now. So he can do his stuff without worrying about the house because Jenny Penny, who's engaged now, is doing her own stuff and taking care of it. But it's like, great. I hope the kids get married, and I hope it'd be great is to do a Photoshop of them standing at the altar. You have BlindViews being the best man, and Squirrel Bait Parody being the maid of honor. And you being the marrying them. You know what I'm saying? It'd be hilarious.
I just really don't care about it. I tried to just play with BlindViews, and I didn't even like watching them to do that.
Yeah, it's well, look at Squirrel Bait was on yesterday. She talked about it.
Waste of time.
Yeah, I had time to listen to some of our stream because I was kind of listening in the background as I was doing stuff, so I kind of kept in my ear, so I would kind of pick up what he was talking. But he was ranting and raving about the ID behavior. He gets in, and then he would talk about Tater, but it's the ownership of Tater what's in his head, And the guy is just so butthurt, and because he knew this was coming because people tell him what's going on in advance, so he's being fed information from the people that are over there on whatever that place that he's on all the time. So that's what
because the predictions he made came true because he knew.
Yeah, he knew.
They weren't rumors. Someone told him what happened, and he blew the thunder, and that's not nice. I mean, that's Tater, that's a Tater exclusive, getting engaged on his channel, and he blows it.
Yeah, that's just like with Carpegger, he got engaged the day before, and everyone knew the next day. No one knew except maybe his mom. But he did it I think he was in Alaska with Hawaii with her, and the next day everybody knew. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knew.
Yeah.
And that's the way he did it. Good for him. He got engaged. But it's just this ownership in his head. And I love talking about BlindViews because he's just so fun to rip on. He's so fun to rip on how he's just so enamored with BlindViews and Mikey, the Gomer Pyle, of the RV world, and he showed yesterday. I heard him what RV Miles, like I've said before, that's where he gets all his information, RV Miles. And then the Tater goes to Disney, he collects Disney stuff. I don't know what the big deal is. Isn't like he's collecting Playboys or something, or pornography, which is, I don't care. If it's older than 21, I don't care. Everyone has a weakness. I go to Burger King, okay? I love to eat like a pig. I admit it. And that he eats like a child. So what? If he wants to shove food in his mouth like Karl did and like does and like Daily Woo did, and it cost him his life, I guess that's their business. I don't understand it. I mean, I just don't get it. It's again, it comes down to jealousy. He wishes he could just go on a whim, go on vacation, go drive around in a bus, and that's why he'll.
Is that how he explains it to his wife? Oh, I have to watch these young girls living in vans because it's my show. It's my job.
Yeah. It's all he watches, the girls. He wants to be.
His wife probably comes in. Are you watching this girl again?
Right. He's out there watching behaviors out there, screwing around. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to get a big snowstorm starting tomorrow, like 12 inches of snow now. 12 inches of snow.
Dang. That's crazy.
I know. I might do some snow plowing videos before I leave. Bear exposure like those. But it just blows me away, man. It's just like I'm listening to this behavior going on. I'm like,
Dan did one of those.
What?
Snow blowing.
Oh, did he?
Snow blowing video. Yeah.
They're easy. They're kind of fun to do. Well, they got the big snowstorm, so. But
we don't get nothing. It's just cloudy.
Yep. But I just think it's hilarious with him. He's just, the guy is just. So of course, that's how he can't just say, I'm glad for the two people. Like I've said, I'm happy for him, but I think it's a convenience thing he has a babysitter now that can take care of him. And she has a guy she can marry, probably just the piece, and can take care of her because she's not making any money over. She's only making money on Me OnlyFans, and that can only go so long. She's not a very good-looking woman, okay? So to her,
notice he went 2 hours.
Yeah.
All he did was complain.
Yeah.
I think I jumped in like 8 times just to see how many people were there.
It's all he did because
he was talking about.
Like he was in my ear. Someone brought the Daily Woo up, and he talked about the Boyd, and his head was going all over the place like he usually does because he was lying about the Boyd. You know, about how he got people turned on each other. And that main thing was Mark. Mark used to really like him, I guess. Mark loved him, and then Mark made a comment that how to get the immigrants out is cheaper to go on commercial, and then our girl turned on him, so he got all mad because then all of a sudden pretty soon Mark got all pissed off and came and called on my show. So he's mad that in the Sarasota Tim thing he became second fiddle. He wanted to be the king, so right now he's the king of Nomadic Fanatic, and it's fun. I love putting the name in there, maybe give my 2 opinion. You can talk about him. What's her name can talk about her. You know what I'm saying? Life and Vibe can talk about him, so and then people are going to talk about it. I love it. The more people talk about Nomadic Fanatic, it's good for Nomadic Fanatic, and it pisses him off because that Nomadic Fanatic is his red meat. That's what his whole identity is watching his videos and critiquing, like you said. I'll compliment him. Hey, great dance moves out there, Karl, but you're too fat. You know what I'm saying? Hey Karl, it was a great meal I just had, but the French fries sucked. The burger was great, the waitress was great, the ambiance, but the French fries just sucked, Karl. Thanks,
Yeah, and then they can always say, I like Karl. I just said the other day he was a good guy. But then I spent 8 minutes saying he was an idiot, but I said he was a great guy.
Yep. His jealousy shows so much. Hey, like I said, would I love to be retired right now, or me and her had been, let's say, retired. We both had really good pensions, and get myself a basic fifth wheel to pull around and play every public golf course in this country. Hell yeah! But I never planned my life that. My brother-in-law who passed away, a Vietnam vet, one day my sister lived in Eden Prairie. We were watching golf one day, and I was like, I don't know. And he was telling me, before I die, I want to get an RV. And I want to see every national park in this country that I pay for. And that was his dream. But they got divorced. He moved to North Carolina. He died in his front yard because of Agent Orange took him, okay? But he put that in my head. We would talk about it, and they would go camping once in a while. They went to Yellowstone together, the whole family. He loved it. He was there for a week and a half, and they camped. So he understood, So, and he always said he would love to be an RVer. I thought about it too as well, and it'd be a great time. But Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not jealous of these RVers. It looks fun. You know, I think it'd be gas to be able to go from state to state, stay at a place for a month, and play every golf course I can find in a water park and screw around. But
in his video with Tater, he was wearing a shirt with sleeves.
Yeah, but remember, he doesn't care what we think about him, right? He doesn't care what we think about him, but he mentions it. Well, if you don't care, then why are you mentioning us?
He never wore a shirt with sleeves until we ever started talking about it.
Yeah, well, he looks like
always wore cut-off shirts.
He looks like a retired rock star. He looks like some homeless guy. He looks like he just got off a Robert Plant just got off the stage. Looked like Ace Frehley, you know. I mean, the king, you know. So
people called him the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, that's what he is.
He looks like the dude on Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Right. Well, New York Dan gets the up close look. That's the up close look is from BlindViews because he looks up close. You know what I'm saying? I lean back in my chair and talk. You know what I'm saying? Like you do too. You kind of lean back in my chair and do my live stream and just talk. I don't lean into the screen and you can hear my breath like New York Dan does. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean.
Yeah, I just want to be comfortable.
Right. I sit back in my chair and I just talk and I do a live stream. You know, whatever I get. You know, just like I
thought about doing it while I was standing so my voice would be better.
Right.
And I'm like, I'd rather just be comfortable.
I agree. I like walk and talks. Those are fun to walk. You know, the Woo did those. And I'll walk through the woods and just talk about something, whatever. That's fun to do. I like doing that when it's nice. Like last Sunday when I did the Barium Exposure has risen. Remembering him. You know, I'm sitting it was 60 degrees on Sunday. This 1 week tomorrow on Sunday, on the 15th, it's supposed to snow like a banshee. We're supposed to get over a foot of snow. So 1 week later, guess what? Winter has returned. So that's how March is. You never know, but no. I'll listen to that one with the engagement. You know, it's like he's happy for the couple, but he's just gonna rip. He's never happy what Tater does. It's again, if you can't see, how can you see the cat hair? That's all I'm saying. How can he see the cat hair if he can't see? You know, he bitched about that he wore the same shirt the next day. I guess. Just like a Barium Exposure bitch, and I wear the same shirt once in a while. Well, I got 3 or 4 shirts in my vehicle. It's what I wear. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it goes. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't pay attention that much. A lot of times I'm in the car listening. I'm not even watching.
When you're visual impaired and your men are visual, people like Barium Exposure in the she shed, and like he picks everything up on what he sees and whatever else, and he's fed information. But I just firmly believe that he literally lives in this man's rent free in his house, in his head. I just think it's hilarious that he's so worried what he does, what he should have done. Well, then buy your own damn bus. Okay, go buy.
He wants to travel. He wants to be down there courtside. He wants to be hanging out with the Bob.
Yep.
You know.
Because I guess,
or at least he wanted to.
Blue Man Dan.
He wanted to way back when.
Because Blue Man Dan, I guess he's trying to raise money or something. Blue Man Dan or something. And he was talking about giving money a few bucks. Kind of, it's like, because, you have a way to get money. You're an e-beggar. You have your thing down there, your money thing. So it's like you're no different than anybody else. I don't care. It's there. I'm not giving you a single penny. He's just mad that people like Carpetbagger and what's his name, Daily Woo. The Daily Woo stopped making money. He stopped. He got, because what happened with Daily Woo. He felt he was controlled by his listeners because they were giving him money all the time. Seen the Carpetbagger and look at Wonder Hussy on a train trip with some guy. She's going from California to Denver or something. I see her on Facebook putting up little 1-minute videos where she's going, because some guy's paying her way on a train. So I get it. When you're bought and paid for by your listeners, you'll do as you're told. Because they don't. Well, I gave you, Karl, $100 last week during your live stream. You know what I'm saying? You owe me. So. But I don't get it. But I'm not surprised that he did the video. I saw the title before I went live that he did a 9-minute video congratulating them. I figured, he can never just be nice. It's always, You know, they went to Disneyland.
Yeah, it's like if, say, someone gave me money back when I was nasty to Tim, and now I'm not nasty to Tim. Oh, I want my money back.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not nasty to
Exactly,
Tim.
exactly. That's what it's all about. If I was getting money on my live streams, let's say I was doing daily or something, and I was ripping on BlindViews, but all of a sudden decided to be nice to him. Hey, man, I came here to listen to you rip on BlindViews. You know, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what they come to his live stream for. They come to hear him bitch about Tater because he'll rant and rave, and then they snap him back in. It's just like with Cartbagger. When Cartbagger's doing a live stream, he'll be bitching about the trolls, right? And he'll be drunk, but as soon as he sees a super chat comes in, hey, thanks, super chat, he snaps back to be nice. You know what I'm saying? So people will put a super chat in there, then he'll snap back and say, hey, thanks for the super chat, you know. But that's what they give him money to, because then he'll continue to bitch about Tater, and then then they talk about the Daewoo, and he was all pissed off that they brought up the Boyd, and how, mentioned Carpetbagger and Tampa J, which he's heard that exact thing through past productions about how Tampa J talks just like, what's his name, just like him. You know what I'm saying? Just like, it's like, okay, so he's heard all that before, so. I just think it's hilarious, but so New York Dan I saw him playing some scratch-off tickets today.
Yeah, he does that when he goes to Florida.
Yeah, so he's playing scratch-offs, and
maybe New York doesn't have a lottery.
Well, he's in the gambling mode. So is he going to stalk New York, Sarasota Tim, or not?
We don't know. He hasn't said anything about it. Still in Florida. Who knows?
With the rental car that he smashed up.
Yeah.
We'll see how that all hangs out when he gets back, and he'll bitch him on about that. But if he doesn't have insurance, there's nothing. It's his own blame himself. Poor choices.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. A fake letter to somebody. That's pretty hilarious. Pretty crushing for Christ. That's pretty hilarious with that letter.
We don't know if it's fake or not yet, but it doesn't seem very real.
Well, if it's not, it'd be on a lawyer's letterhead. I'm just telling you. I've seen enough of that stuff.
I guess if you want to have fun, go read. He put up a video about the letter, and the comment section's hilarious. Even Tammy's in the comments. And he told Tammy that he's taking the videos down, and Tammy told him thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
And then all the crazy ladies are in there like, oh, I think Tammy's a big liar. Oh, they're bastards. Oh, I think Karl and Jay just made that whole thing up. Like, whatever.
I don't. Until it's fight in court. You have it's whatever. I think that's a bunch of hooey. If he believes that. You know, he can easily call the lawyer and say, hey, is this
he did call the lawyer, but the lawyer hasn't called him back to confirm it yet.
Okay. And that's just hilarious that Tim would do that. That's false representation.
No, it came from a real law office, and he called to confirm it, but they haven't told him.
Well, yeah, there's law firms here in town. You have law firms. It's easy to do it. I mean, who was it?
But I don't know why the law firm wouldn't just confirm it.
Right. There was somebody that made up a real law firm on Fat Boy, and they sent him a cease and desist. Same thing the boys did, and he believed it. Ranted for like 2 weeks on it. Nothing ever happened. They found a law firm in Ohio, and they sued him for slander. Okay, and he believed it, and he showed the letter, same thing on a piece of paper, and he believed it. He ranted on this for a long time because he believed one of the people sent it to him, claiming he was getting sued by the boys, right? And he believed it because he looked up. Yeah, there's a real law firm. It's not that tough to do it, and he believed it, that it was actually true. So he was all pissed off. It's like, come on, Fat Boy. All they're doing is screwing with you.
It hasn't even been 24 hours yet, so it's like, whatever. But.
Did it come as registered? Did it come as registered?
It came certified, registered, and it got sent back to a, I don't know, he told me the name of a post office, but in South Beach.
Okay. Okay. So he's going to pay the certified, whatever it is. You know, you do that. You can pay that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I can
have to drive to the other side of the state to mail it.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I guess if you want to talk with him on YouTube, you can't handle it, then that's just too bad. He's a public figure, and he's an idiot. I would be proud to have him bitch about me. I'd say, go ahead, continue to talk about me. Just like the Daily Woo. He didn't care what Patsy Productions did about him. He didn't care. It made Daily Woo a relevant YouTuber for about 2 years, because his channel was slowly dying because people don't listen to stuff anymore. It made him relevant. It's like Carpegger. Don't bitch with people. Let people talk about you. Keep you out there when they can. I mean, I grew my channel on the back of Fat Boy, Papa Grizz. Me and him fought for a good year. He would put me in the name notes, and he would rage on me for a whole 2 hours, and it just people come over to me to listen. You know what I'm saying? We went back and forth for a long time. Me and Fat Boy did, and he kept me relevant, and I grew my channel and whatever else. It was epic. It was funny. Didn't care. You know. Dave would rip on me too as well, and he's in jail now. He copped a plea. He's getting out on the 20th. So.
Choices.
Yeah, tell me about it. He was bitching at the guys. I guess the police officer only let him write down one phone number before he went into jail. He wrote down his father's number, and his dad didn't pick up. That was funny as hell. That was hilarious. So he's copping a plea with the state of Rhode Island about stalking. So whatever's going to go on there. So New York, I think it's New York he had to go to, whoever the lawsuit is. So he's going to get out on the 20th. So. Stalking. I don't know.
So read the comments under JJ's video with that letter.
Okay.
There's some people that wrote books. I mean, like 5 paragraph comments.
Well, it's just like it's like a
hornet's nest.
Oh yeah, people just they get triggered, just like with my girlfriend. Squirrel Bay Parody will do a long dysentery conversation down when she gets pissed off. You know what I'm saying? She'll just write this long dysentery. You know. Did you listen to that live stream yesterday when she came on with beef stew?
Who came on with beef stew?
Well, yesterday the live stream with Squirrel Bait. She was on yesterday with Casey Grits came on at the end, and we all hit them all 3 on one time. Yesterday in the live stream, my live stream.
Oh, okay.
So
I think that was it.
He claimed I lost control of my show. No, I didn't. You gotta learn to shut up. That's your problem. You gotta learn to be quiet when people are talking.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Stewie just wants to do all the talking. Well, that's not a that's a live, but that's not a talk show.
Right. He doesn't know how to shut up. That's the problem. So he threatened to sue her for something because she said something like, shut up. I'm going to sue you for libel. Be quiet. Just be quiet. Okay? Come on, man. Let's not start talking to sue somebody. You don't have any money to sue anybody in the first place.
Yeah, I'm retired to get away from that shit.
I'm like, shut up, man. He's like threatening to sue her. And I'm like, shut up. About libel. Be quiet. You're an idiot. You know, it's like, shut up. God. The guy, he's got thin skin. Just Mr. Chef tell, you know, you can't tell a chef, you know, just like with, what's his name? Chef Ramsay, you know, he always said, I always search out the negatives on my food, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's what he does, you know what I'm saying? The negative things, the ones that kind of keep you going. So, but because Squirrel Bait's been his little target for a while now, whining and pissing about her. So I don't know. What's Life and Vibe doing these days? Your girlfriend, what is she doing these days?
She's been dark.
Really?
I don't know what she's doing. Yeah. She hasn't made a comment about this letter yet.
Well, she will.
I know. But I guess she's like BlindViews. She's sitting back, letting everybody else talk, deciding what she wants to do.
Right. Good old life. Mighty path in the flowing circus.
Yeah. Kentucky Todd did a video about her that's a made-up accent, but that's not even a real accent.
About who?
Life and Vibe. Her accent's not real. It's not British. It's not anything. It's like made up.
No, I think that's her accent. You can tell. I mean, this way she speaks. I think she's a Mighty Python the Flying Circus. I mean, I don't know Kentucky Tobbs is a waste of good suffering. He's a spent condom in the 4 floors of horror. So
I think she thinks it makes her sound smarter.
Yeah,
to talk like that.
Well, I think she's a drama queen and a drama whore, and I'm a drama whore.
Did you see Kentucky Yankee Kentucky's short?
No.
Lady, what the hell?
What?
I'm driving here, and this lady turns right in front of me. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, I'm sitting here waiting to turn, lady.
That's always fun.
Sorry. Yeah, he has a video where she's doing the heart, and it looks like she's flirting with Tim. It's only like 15 seconds. Kentucky, I think it's Kentucky Yankee. It's hilarious. And she said, you know, when some lady's hitting on you, and she forgot her chapstick or something, and she's doing the heart, and she's like, "Oh, Timmy," and then she's laughing. He edits in such a way it looks like she's flirting with Tim. Oh my God, it's hilarious. It is so funny.
I can see.
She is just gonna hate it.
Right. Have you talked to Scooter? Have you talked to Scooter lately or not? Scotty, has he been around?
Just in comments, he's in Winslow, Arizona.
Okay.
He took a picture of a VOR antenna, and I didn't know they stopped using them. They just use GPS now. Because I remember having to dial into the VORs and navigate with them.
Right.
Because he showed a picture, I'm like, I know exactly what that is.
Right. Yeah, everything's done by Google Maps right now. And my phone, when I go look for something, I got to go somewhere in the Twin Cities, so Google.
I mean, it makes sense. I just didn't know. I haven't flown and then.
Well, it's just like
privately for a long time.
Sue Ellen loves maps. When we travel, she'll buy a map when we drive. When we drive through Alabama, she likes to look where we're at. You know what I'm saying? She'll buy an Alabama map, and then as we follow the highway, she likes doing that, and like, okay, we're right here. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of likes to do that. She still likes maps. Just like remember the old map books? Remember those things?
I know what you're saying.
She always liked those. Those are kind of cool. But she'll get a map, and we would drive down the Oregon coast, where are we at right now, and she would point where, she'd follow the highway. So she'll do that. We do driving through some state or something, so she'll do that. Like if we were driving to Chicago, she would point, so she's point where we're in Illinois or so on the train or something where we're at, you know what I'm saying? She'll get a little map and go, okay, we're right here. We're coming upon here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool to follow where you're going, on a map.
Right.
If you're driving through Georgia, I'm over, okay, Karl, we're coming up here, you know what I'm saying? You kind of follow along, so if there's a city coming up, how far you are. So I get it. It's fun to follow along on a map, it's more personal.
It's kind of cool with Google Earth. If you do the satellite view, you can see the stuff that's around you, what it looks like if you're in an airplane right above where you are.
Right. Well, that's where Wonder Hussy, when she would look for things, she would do like a Google Earth, and she would look for like abandoned structures, and she would look for things. So she'd go, if I saw this on Google Earth, and she'd go look for it.
Well, we do that when we're taking a semi to a place we've never been before. We always take a look at the aerial view just to look at the parking lot.
Right. Well, there's people that have found
of how you're going to get in and get out, because you don't want to go in somewhere you can't get back out.
Well, there's people that have done that in looking for airplane crashes up in the Oregon, like in the desert. Or whatever. They'll take the Google Maps and look in different places, like to see if there's any planes in the trees or anything, There was that one millionaire that plane crashed a long time ago, about 20 years ago, and people were looking for his plane, but they found other plane crashes while they're looking for his plane. while they're looking. You know, they found other things, so they'll look on Google Maps and they can zero in on things. You know, they can search for things.
Yeah, there's been lakes where they see there's like a shadow in the lake that looks like a human, and they'll find a body,
or they'll find a car, or like there's one guy he was flying his drone around a lake one day, but next to a lake next to a house, and there was a car in there. He was flying around. He could see the hood right under the water, and the guy had been missing for like 6 years, and he was in the car. The car was in the lake. So, if you've got time, it's a good way to spend time. Is get your Google Earth and just kind of cruise around in the desert or something. And you know, she does it all the time when she wants to find something. I get it. Someone will tell her about something. They'll give her the Google ordinance and she'll look on her, and she has a map where she will put stuff on, so when she wants to look for something, she knows where it's at. Like she'll go to an old gold mine or something, and she finds it on the map. And that's kind of cool when she does that, because then she'll say, I found this on the Google map, and she'll go look for it. There's one guy that who owns his own who she's talked about. He owns his own ghost town, and one day he went to 3 different old gold mines. One was called Beveridge, California, and he walked to all 3 of them because he found them on the map, and how he walked to the mountains to get to all 3 of these towns. It was like a 90-minute, it was like a, I don't know, 45-minute video. I mean, it looked like a lot of work. He was going these old gold, I mean, how they built them, and, you know, I don't know how they got the gold out of there. I mean, like, holy crap, you know, so all these old gold mines are all over the desert, you know what I'm saying, that they would get their gold and then leave. You know, when it tapped out, they'd leave. Just how there was one guy from Canada. Him and his dog went to this top of this hill in Canada to get this gold out. I mean, he walked to the top of his dog, and it's like, oh my God! And how they were the base camp, and they went all the top of this hill, and they dug down, and that was an interesting video. It was like, oh my goodness! But and there's a lot of things out you can see. And there's one other guy that found something on a Google map, and it was like a fort on top of some hill, abandoned, with some old gold shack on top of some hill, and you had to walk up there to get to it. It was pretty interesting. So yeah, Google Maps are kind of cool. You can see a lot of fun. It saves you the walking, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, as the world turns with the Sarasota Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, until that letter came out, I thought really nothing's going to happen till April 10th. You know, it's all just squabble until.
Well, we'll see what happens with we'll see what happens with this behavior. We'll see what happens. I mean, who knows if they're going to do this behavior, if it's true, you know. I mean, I don't know why people would worry about it. I mean, he's a bull-faced little liar, you know. So, because I saw York Dan said that he goes, his subs went down 200. Yeah, so what? You know, so what? I seem to watch their subs or something. It's like, yeah, my subs go up and down. People unsub, resub. It's the way she goes. You know, I don't know. I'm getting close to 1,100 subs. You know, okay, so what? Doesn't mean a damn thing. I barely break 100. Yeah. You know, it's the way she goes. You know, it doesn't mean a damn thing. A lot of my old subs are from 4 or 5 years ago with Fat Boy. You know, that's how long they are. Yeah. You know, it's not a big deal. You know, it's just like with BlindViews, whatever he has. What does he have? 13,000. What does he have? And he gets 2,000, maybe, whatever. You know, it's
yeah, because he's got subs from forever ago.
Yeah, people have just moved on, and they left YouTube.
People that probably used to Nomad, and they don't Nomad anymore.
Yeah, they just, and some people will sub them up because they're like they have their troll accounts, and they want to sub to, because you can't listen to them unless you're sub to them. You can't talk, so you have to sub to them to talk. So I don't know. I don't sub to him. I don't watch him when he's live, but I just don't care because I don't need to hear it. I mean, I try to be. I can have fun talking about people, but I'm not going to be this negative live stream where I'm bitching the whole time, making you feel like you want to jump up a bridge. You know what I'm saying?
I know. It's just couldn't stand being negative like that all day long.
Well, he doesn't have anything else to do in his life. He has nothing else to do. Claiming that people talk smack on his wife. He talked about it yesterday. It's like, yeah, okay, well, who's talking smack on your wife? You come in as a troll account, which he probably does, you know. So it's like, I don't know.
We don't even talk about his wife.
I always say lovely wife. I've never said anything, called her a snatch or anything. I said his lovely wife. I've said, if I ever say anything, I'll say his lovely wife. I've never said anything negative.
When he was out, we were making fun saying his wife's like, I'm not dragging your ass over here to go.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry. I'm not.
But that's not against her.
Yeah, I'm not talking negative about his wife. I'm not calling her a filthy, dirty name. I'm not calling her a hoe or anything like that. You know,
Old Man Nation sometimes would say that he thought she was on disability like he was, but we got no proof of that. He's never said anything.
And I don't care. I don't care. It's like
And I don't care. She could work. She could be on disability. I have no idea. I don't really care.
Right. I'm not surprised he backhanded.
He doesn't tell us, so there's no reason to worry about it.
He gets so bitter about it. It's just, I don't know. He gets so bitter when I love talking about the guy, ripping the guy, putting the name in the thing and doing. I do a video tomorrow coming out to that. He cares what people think about him. He cares. If he didn't care,
that's why he's got a shirt on.
Yeah, he wouldn't say anything. If he didn't care, he wouldn't mention about what we say about him. He always hints about it because he listens and he can't handle that we talk about him. He's not used to us talking about him. People have left. They'll talk about him and then he threatens them and they leave. Where we're just, me and you do videos or rip on them. You've done more about the t-shirts than I have, and he listens to you more than he listens to me. You've talked about that before on your videos and too. So he can't. That's why he's so pissed. It's like,
yeah, I know. I told him if he wanted to up his views, he needs to have a shirt on.
Yep.
You know, be more presentable. I don't care.
Right.
He does.
Yeah, it's like I did that one video with my shirt off the one time. I drove in the car with the shirt off, that one time, so.
I know, it's funny.
Yeah, so I like doing that, driving my shirt off. So he's too fun to pick on. He's just too much. He's just lots of fun to pick on. So he's low hanging fruit like me and you are. He's just what I took out of that live stream yesterday. He got out of the Sarasota Tim hating community because he was getting picked on. He couldn't handle it. So now he's in his own little, and then people moving in on him, and he can't handle that. He was used to being the king in the Sarasota Tim, and it's easier to listen to a Nomadic Fanatic because he does like 2 videos a week. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier for me.
Yeah, he got no blowback, and if he ever did get blowback, he would rant on you for like 2 videos, and then you'd go away.
Yeah, exactly. So he likes it that's his Tater is his own little bread and butter. Like I told you when he did the video on Wednesday about the truck, I told you if he didn't do it right away, he would have to wait a day. So what he did, he went and watched Bunny Pimps here and other people, and then at the end he talked about Tater Tot at the end. So that's what he had told you. So what he did on Wednesday, he watched Tater, went and watched Bunny and whoever else, and then formulated a whole thing and sat in front of the camera and bitched. You know what I'm saying? And he pretty much had the engagement thing came out today, so he was ready for the engagement video. He was already ready for it, so he knew what he had to say today. So he put it out. So he was all about Tater. So that's you can pretty much time his videos by who he listens to and what's going on. He has no original thought, but what he hears, he has no original thought. So I just think to me it's absolutely hilarious. He's just too much fun to give crap to. He's just too easy and too low-hanging fruit. It's like New York Dan. He's just too easy. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Mr. Stalker himself running around and going on a cruise ship. And I listened to part of that video where he's eating breakfast and the guy's trying to kick him off the ship. It's like, get the hell off the ship. He's having breakfast and he wants to stay on the ship. He's like, you gotta leave, you idiot. You have to leave.
I know, that was funny.
You have to get off the ship. He just doesn't understand it. He just doesn't understand that there's something, people are going to come on the ship. You're done. And one time when he bitched last time the cruise that they shut off his internet. Well, because you're done. The ship is docked. They're going to shut your internet off. That's the way it goes. That's.
I know.
He just doesn't get it. He just doesn't understand. You paid for your internet. The ship is docked, and like when you leave, you can pay for a drink with cash. So if you have your Pop Pass, it's not. You want pop, you have to pay for it. That's what they do. So on the way off, there's a bar there. You can buy a drink with cash. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it works. The cruise is over. It's time to go home, you know? They have to clean up all...
And you need to help them out because they got to turn the ship.
Yeah, I know. It's like, quit eating at the breakfast place.
Them problems.
Get the hell off. And it's not that tough. I mean, you're on a cruise. You put your bags out the following night, before the night, and and then they bring it to whatever floor you're on. So, anyways, but it's not that tough. But for some reason, your little brother just can't handle that. So what do you guys want here? What do you guys want? I'm trying to do my drugs here. And, what do you guys want?
You're talking to the dogs?
Oh, yeah, they're both in here. The Pomeranian's running around here. Coco Banana is trying to ignore Lucy Lou, but when she just paws at her butt, you know, and then she gets all bitter with it and yells and hollers at her, gets all mad. So I'm looking forward to going to Chicago. Should have the time of our lives. We should have the time of our life. So do they have a big St. Patty's Day or what? Karl. Do they have a big St. Patty's Day there in Chicago?
What about St. Patty's Day?
Do they have a big thing down there in Chicago for St. Patty's Day?
Oh, it's huge.
Okay.
They dyed the river green.
I've seen that before, so.
They put that plumber's dye in and
Right.
it turns the river.
Right.
Turns the river green.
Right.
It's a big deal. There's lots of people. Lots of people partying. Of course, there'll be a bunch of amateurs.
Right. In St. Paul, they have a parade here too as well. I don't know if it's on Tuesday or not, but last time we were we were in St. Paul.
That year COVID happened.
Yeah.
They didn't dye the river green and they didn't allow them to come down and party for St. Patrick's Day. I thought they were going to be riots.
Well, Karl, I got to get going here. We're going to go up Chinese. I will talk to you about Monday. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
All right.
There he goes, Karl. Anyways, it's always fun to have Karl on. Come on the show and save trolling and everything else, so. Pretty good. Okay. Let me see here now. See some here. Anyways, but, that's right, dude. Cool. All right. Anyways, so as we head out down the road, I want to appreciate the military and the armed forces, all the branches that we're at war right now on Iran, little excursion, right? The hunts that adjudicate rapes, convicted felon, all that behavior. We do appreciate the 1 and 2 forgotten Vietnam, 58,000 plus gave their life. Adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, flat feet. Lost some more men, 6 more. Hopefully the MIAs come home soon. Desert Storm War, plenty wars. Up in the sky, out at sea. Everybody else, the men in blue, God bless the working class. But it always is the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Merchant. And then that's got Coast Guard, they're in on the important things for this country, they'll do nothing at all. We always appreciate all you guys do for us. Without you, we have nothing at all. And everything you guys do, thank you. And don't like a cop call a crackhead. Would you shower in the shower of Penn State? I would never shower in the shower of Penn State. Not a chance. Put a condom on. Prevent AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea, in the penis. All that behavior. That's all we're asking. Put one on. Prevent all that stuff. Adoption, the option. Women, you carry the groceries. Marry before you carry. Okay? All that stuff. You don't want AIDS, herpes, I get it. They put one on. The only two men having sex. You can't watch two women. A very Christian thing to be doing. And don't shower in the shower at Penn State. Would you shower? Well, not shower in the shower at Penn State. P stood for Penn State. We call it Pedophilia University. Joe Pa got away with it. Public hanging is this kind of behavior. Don't drink and drive. Call some person with a phone. Ownership has its privileges. Ladies and gentlemen, fear mongering radio. We are out.